Hi folks, it's Nick here on the Commodore 64. We're looking at a racing game. It's Power Drift, published by Activision in 1990, based on the arcade cabinet by Sega from 1988. It's like beach buggy meets karting really. We've got a choice of 5 different courses and all those drivers across the top. I think we'll go for course A, but I think course C might be the easiest. What do you think? This game was absolutely hideous on the Commodore Amiga because it was attempting too much with the polygons. The ZX Spectrum wasn't too bad, so we'll see how this one plays. It's nice and colourful. How do I accelerate? Oh, push forward with the joystick. Oh dear! Terrible start, Nick. Terrible start. Anyway, this game has got 2 gears. Push forward on the joysticks. We might be having a few goes at this. And the idea is you must come in the top 3. I think it's over 3 or 4 laps to qualify to the next race. As I say, you've got a choice of 5 different courses, A to E. Some nice undulation on this, which is nice to see. I think someone told me in the comment section on another racing game that the Commodore 64 couldn't do undulation for some reason. But this one clearly can do it, so just goes to show you can't trust everything you read. Okay, so let's try and keep on the track. We got off to a terrible start. Already I like the graphics on this one. The frame rate could be a bit better, but you know, 1990 8-bit, it suffices. So it's like you're going on a roller coaster, up and down. Just hold on to the track, and you can fall off when the track goes a bit high like this. Great road holding on this. What I like about this game as well at the moment, as we try and go around these other competitors, is there's music playing all the way through, which is good. So the 64K is doing a lot. I think what makes this a pretty good conversion is they've trimmed it down to suit the Commodore 64's capabilities, whereas the Commodore Amiga was attempting to do way too much. Collision detection's sort of okay on this, but you do have to give the cars a bit of a wide berth as you go past. I'm sort of noticing at the moment. So it's a pretty good racer so far. Oh, I'm in the wrong gear here. Stunt Car Racer is probably the best racing game I've seen so far in terms of undulation and speed, but this is more arcadey. It's not supposed to be a simulation, anything like that. So we're 4th at the moment. At this point in time, we are not qualifying. Yes. Did you have this game back in the day? What did you think of it? Was it one of your favourites, or did it frustrate you massively? So someone's finished. See that one car on the screen there? Purple, they're first. Green is second. I think we're going to come third. No matter what car you choose, I think they got the same handling. Just gives you a different colour and a different graphic of the driver, which gives a bit of longevity to it. And on to the next race. No more loading. Boom. So it does look like it's over 4 laps. Look at that. Lap 0, it says in white there. You do lose a lot of time if you clip any of the other races or go into a spin or the scenery. And quite hard to get it back in the later ones. Now the tracks do get twistier and twistier. I think I should have done a set of courses C, but they're different enough from each other, although the bends do seem the sort of like same gradients. I love this undulation. Good stuff. Good. So let's see how far we can get on this game. It's not going to be a super long review. When I say super long, not over 20 minutes. I tend to aim them for 10 to 12 minutes. Sometimes they're a lot longer though. If the game's really terrible, they might be a little bit shorter. But I'm liking Power Drift. I never really played it in the arcades. If you did, let me know. Was it as quick as this? Was it quicker? I've never been able to successfully get MAME set up on my computer. The ROMs don't ever seem to work, and I waste hours and hours mucking about with it, which is a bit of a pain really, because I would like to look at some of the arcade games, see the equivalent, how they play, to get a true comparison. But as an 8-bit game on the Commodore 64 from 1990, this is a good one. It's got good speed, the frame rate is acceptable, and the music going is good. I think it's just a 1-player option on this, which is what you'd expect really. A good game overall. Right, so this is on track 2. There's all the competitors up the top there. You will start lapping riders who will get in your way to try and slow you down. Scenery's moving quite well, no road markings. Oh dear, and I've fallen off, have I? Yeah, see, that's a problem. Sometimes you can get over-penalised falling off the track twice. 2 tracks done. We are super duper, party pooper, and all those sort of things. Off we go. So the action is super fast. it doesn't stop you to tell you any positions, because you're not in a championship for points at all. It's just get in the top 3 and win. So it's no brain action. If you've had a hard day at school, college or work, you can come home, put this on. You don't have to download any updates, anything like that. Just drive as quickly as you can, and then when you're bored, just exit. Does feel a bit like karting, a mixture of that and beach buggies, the amount of dust that's coming up. I'm sure there's some stages on this where you're going past the beach. It's good to finally catch up with the Commodore 64. I held off reviewing games on this system for quite some time because I didn't own it back in the day, but I was getting worried for no reason because I'm still comparing it with the ZX Spectrum, and the more games I'm reviewing, I get a sort of feeling of how I would have felt about it back in the day. And overall, the games I'm seeing are pretty good, they are pretty noteworthy. The thing I'm most impressed with the Commodore 64 at the moment is the sound chip in it. That's really, really good going. Of course, we're reviewing some of the great games that have been suggested to me. At some point we're going to come up to the stinkers, which then we'll really find out the diversity that the system had. We're told to review the A-Team, which is supposed to be quite bad. Generally, if it's a bad game on the Spectrum, it's going to be a bad game on the Commodore 64 as well, but there are exceptions going both ways. Power down. I do like a good racing game, and this one truly is a good racing game. Now, as always, you don't always have to agree with the person you're watching on there. This is the sort of channel where I always like seeing your opinions, pluses and minuses, if there's games you thought was a lot better, things in the game you thought could do better, or even technical information you've got there. So, good stuff. Not all facts in the comment section are correct, so be very wary there. Most of them are quite good though and come from a good place, and also as well, not all facts that I say are often right. I mean, I'm saying them live as we go round, so occasionally I might get my words mixed up in the cut and thrust of stuff, and people quite kindly say, Nick, you got that wrong, and then correct me, and I go, oh yes, you are right. So there we go. No one, what I'm saying is, no one gets angry at each other. We just go, oh man, we just go spinning around as I am getting angry now, spinning around into the scenery. It's a community thing, and that's why I think things always work better that way round. Sometimes we'll pick a subject like a vlog and I'll take a particular stance. It's all about creating debate because that's how you learn stuff and make you a more rounded individual. So retro gaming, it makes you brainy, yeah? We're all going to agree. Thumbs up. Boom. Right, I'm in 7th place here. I haven't been doing very well. I've been getting all philosophical and spinning around like a hoodlum and not qualifying. So we might have another go at this because it doesn't look like I'm going to do this. I think I've flat spotted the tyres 5,000 times over, which is not a very good thing to do. Right, undulation. The car never leaves the road, so it doesn't jump up in the air. Would have liked to have seen that, but maybe that's pushing it a bit too much. Has Power Drift been remade on any modern day systems? Let me know, because I think this would be a rather fun game remade as HD. Yeah, that would be really, really cool. Make it happen. This is the bit where someone says it already has happened, Nick. If it's PlayStation 2, well, I think it should be remade again. The music plays on, the arcade version, depending on what course you decide to do, the music will be different. Not sure if that's the case here. We'll try and remember the music here when we do another section, because we're not going to qualify here. Like, first has gone past, second has gone past. As soon as 3 cars are finished, that's it. I'm still in 7th place, and I'm spinning again more than Michael Jackson, and we're out. Game over. Yes, we'll put in some initials, probably ends, and then we'll get out and have one last go, see how it plays. Well, we know how it plays, don't we? See if the other section plays as well. There's Chris Butler there. I think he was a coder of some note. He's done a good job here anyway. Activision, 1990. This game is very good. It escapes greatness, but it is very good. I'm always impressed as well when you get a lot of 8-bit gaming. They struggle when you get the corners. Sometimes it gets a bit jaggedy, and although it's ever so slightly here, they've done quite well. The colour palette on the Commodore 64. It's not as bright as the ZX Spectrum, but there are more colours. So you get more realistic shading in there. But not saying any one is better than the other. It's good that systems have got their own characteristics. You can mark them out different to each other. So it's good that a Spectrum game looks different from a Commodore 64 game, from a Sega Master System game to an Amstrad CPC game. Now, I haven't reviewed any Master System games. I haven't reviewed any Amstrad CPC games. Might come to them in the future, I don't know. So they generally look quite different and play a little bit different as well. Go, go, go! Right, so yes, this stage C is a little bit easier. The straights are longer and we're in first place. Only a Wally would mess this one up, and that cues me to mess it up. Yes, I'm in the wrong gear all of a sudden. Get in the right gear, second place. Right, I think we're on the last lap. Yes, see that white zero there? It's the fourth one along of those three other zeros, which means it's the last lap. Be good if we could win, then we'd probably call the review a success, or we might squeeze in just one last race. It's all about squeezing in one last race. But I did do a vlog recently about a video game addiction, so if you're ever playing the game for over like 5-6 hours, then turn it off. There's something going on there that's gone a bit wrong. Always be wary. Oh, this looks like a good one. The sky's red like a volcano's gone off, and there's palm trees each side. Maybe we're in Tahiti or somewhere like Hawaii. Let's go. The track rises quite high. Brown either side. I don't think it's lava. Oh, we've gone into a spin. Maybe should go down into a lower gear there. I'm liking this. A good bit of power drifting. Power drift, of course, is the technical term when all four wheels skid round a corner as one together. You can do some pretty cool ones in those Need for Speed games as well. Well, that's where it's come from, power drifting, which I'm sure you sort of like knew, didn't you? I'm not sure if power drifting around a corner, is quicker than just driving around it, but there we go. Some cars it is, some cars it isn't, but it's pretty good fun. As long as you don't power drift into a palm tree. That's something you don't want to be doing, and that is a definite. Right, third place, we're looking like we're going to do this. I've fallen off the track a couple of times. As long as we don't fall off again, I think we're there. Oh man, wrong gear again. Fourth place. There's only 2 gears to choose from. It's not automatic. You have to do it manually. But it's probably best just to get into high gear and then stay there unless you do this. As I say, no matter what car you choose, to my knowledge, the handling is the same. Just gives you a bit of an extra adventure, really. Makes you feel like you're doing something different for a different team. Is this music different from the first course? Or we're in fourth place. 1 car's gone past, 2 cars gone past. I don't think this looks good, folks. Well, we got past 1 there, but that wasn't for a position. It was a lap rider, and that's that. Oh, man. Game over again. Game over again. Well, you know, I quite like that one. A really good game. I don't think it's a sensationally brilliant game, but I think it's a very, very good game. That was Power Drift on the Commodore 64, published by Activision in 1990. Got any comments about this game, similar games, anything retro or racing, then you're more than welcome to put that below. A big thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far. It really is a huge help in growing the channel. If you want to help it a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help. And as I say, if you haven't already, if you want to subscribe, that'll be helpful too. So thanks again. And until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.